Hey guys, I'm feeling great. It's another beautiful day, and today I saw something and I just thought, what if I told you about it? This comes, I think it was after the death of President. Now, I'll tell you. Now, Gideon had been a ruler, the people know a judge, and this comes after his death. And this is found in the book of Judges, chapter 9. I don't know if I should read it or tell it to you as a story. So, he had many sons, but on the line I'll find that part and I'll just tell you how many sons Gideon actually had. Now, this is when this part, Judges 9, they're saying, and Abimelech, the son of the Elias, he used to be called Jerubbaal. That's the name. So this comes when he has already died and he had many sons. Okay, so one of his sons was called Abimelech. Story time, remember, guys. When he came in, and his son was called Abimelech, and he went to his mother's side. Those, when you have a father's side and the mother's side. So he went to the mother's side, and he told them, I was asking if you can mama into people's ears, which is already, it's written, I speak, I pray you in the ears of all men of Shechem, whether and ask them, or like give them this idea, put this idea in their head that how can I say it? In politics, they usually say you'll rather have your own. That's the right word. So what Abimelech is actually saying, he was like, go and make them have a view that they will rather have their own as a. So because these are the people from his mother's side, what he was actually just going to portray was, uh, would you? I pray in the ears of speak. I pray in the ears of all of the men of Shechem, whether it's better for you either that all the sons of Jerubbaal, which has 10 persons, reign over you, or that one reign over you. Remember also that I am your bone and flesh, so you rather have yours. So his mom's brethren went and they did just that, and they also gave him bodyguards. I guess he was now walking like with bodyguards and stuff, just moving around. You get now. He gathered and he went to his dad's place. Now Gideon used to be the king, and then Gideon has died. And now, after his death, he took Abimelech. Now went and took, how can I say, his bodyguards to troops, and they went to his dad's place. And this, okay, before this, he went and he was anointed. Okay, so they went, they anointed him to be a king. And I want you to remember, these were the times of judges. Okay, so they they put unto him olive trees so that he can be the judge. I think from their end they were now giving him their support and approval. Okay, now let's continue. He went, and after that he killed them. He killed all of them. But there was this small one brother. I don't know why I can't remember the name. I think he had hidden or something, so he wasn't there when they were doing the mass, when he was killing them. So he killed all of them, all of them, all of them. I don't know which one comes first. I hope you guys will just go and check for which one comes first. And also after this, I think I'll also go and confirm. So he killed all his brothers, and it was a remainder of one. That one didn't die. I don't know. I believe so. And now, after he has gone and he had managed to kill, he went back, and he was not just hovering and all that. I think he was either called a name there. Let me continue now. Now, this is the part that I wanted you guys to know. So they gave him and they anointed him, and he went and slew his brothers. Okay, and the place was Ophrah, the place he slew his brothers. Okay, Jotham was the one who wasn't killed, and he was the youngest of Gideon's son. Actually, Gideon is being called Jerubbaal, and that's because he hid himself. And all the men of Shechem gathered together, and they went and they made him king. This was after he had killed them. And when they told it, and Jotham got to know that Abimelech had been made king. And so this happened. It's just story time, guys. He went and he stood on top of a mountain, this Jotham, and he lifted up his voice and cried, and he said to them, "Listen to me, O Shechem people." Now you know this is when all his brothers have been killed, and he was like, the trees had once there was once a time the trees gathered and they decided they wanted a king, so they chose an olive. They went to the olive tree and they wanted the olive tree to be their king. So they were like, "Reign over us." But the olive tree said, "Should I leave my fatness?" Listen to this. Like, should I leave my honor to the trees because I'm an olive tree and I'm honored by both God and man? It's written in the Bible. So he refused. So they went to the fig tree and they told the fig tree, "Come and reign over us." And usually I was told, I'm just relating to real life, we usually start with what we prefer. So when you're given a chance to choose, you choose what you prefer. So you'll be like, let me go to this man. When this man refuses, then you start dropping. Even when you're like, you're choosing a school or you're choosing a place, you just what attracts you or what you think is better. Now they went to the fig tree. This was their second choice. The first choice was the olive tree. So I just seeing their preferences. And the fig tree said, "Should I forsake my sweetness and my good fruit just to be promoted over trees?" So guess what? He refused. Then they went to the vine. Now the vine is their third choice. We're just seeing their preferences. They went in, they were like, "Now come and reign over us." And the vine said to them, "Should I leave my vine, which is cheered by both God and man, and go to be promoted over the trees? Nope, I won't do that." Then they said, to all the trees and to the bramble. Now the bramble is that thick, no glory over us. And the bramble said unto the fig trees and unto the trees, "Now, if in truth ye anoint me king over you, if you want me to be your king, then come and put your trust in my shadows." Hi, Danielle. Hello. Okay. It's just a story, a Bible story. I really love it. I just got to know it of it recently. And the Lord said unto the trees, "If in truth you are anointing me to be king over you," okay, if it's the truth from your heart, then come and put your trust in my shadow. All right. But if not, let fire come over you and devour the cedars of Lebanon. Now, therefore, this was Jotham who had come, and I was just telling you that times when in settings and in places you may find people come and they end up being your friends. People come and maybe circumstances or situations end up bringing them unto you. Now, when they come in their hearts, though, are they truly genuine? And I think this is now when Jotham is bringing out his say, and he's like, if you are truly, truly, truly here to stay in my shed, you guys can come in. But if that is not your truth, that is not your heart, then let you guys be banned, because you have approached me. I may not know. This is the bramble speaking. Okay, now let me continue. Now, this is Jotham speaking. Then Jotham said, "Now therefore, if you have done truly and sincerely in that he may have made Abimelech king, if it was true, if it was not out of, oh, he is ours, or from, oh, he has killed someone, if this is from your heart and you have made him king, the results will show, or tomorrow will give it out for you." And he was like, if you have made Abimelech king from your heart sincerely, okay, and you have done honestly or sincerely from your heart, what you've done is true and right, considering he was Gideon's son and he had killed his brothers, then let you guys receive according to your hands. For my dad fought for my father. Let me use the right words from the Bible. For my father fought for you and adventured his life far and delivered you out of the hands of Midian. And ye are rising up against my father's house this day. And for you are choosing someone who has slain his sons, 70 persons upon one stone, and have made Abimelech, the son of his maidservant, king. All right. If you have truly dealt sincerely with him and his house, then rejoice. Him also rejoice. But if not, let fire come out of Abimelech and devour the men of Shechem and the house of Milo. And let fire come out of the men of Shechem and from the house of Milo and devour Abimelech. So after he had said this, after Jotham had said this, he had gone and stood on the top of the mountain. So he ran away and fled, and he went to Beer. Actually, Beer is a place, all right? And he dwelt there for fear. of Abimelech and his brothers. Now, Abimelech reigned for 3 years over Israel. Then God sent an evil spirit, okay, between Abimelech and the men of Shechem. And the men of Shechem dealt treacherous, I don't know the right the voicing of this word, with Abimelech, that the cruelty done to the threescore sons of Jerubbaal might come, and their blood be laid upon Abimelech and their brother which slew them. Now, this is the king that they had actually anointed. Now, the men of Shechem sent liars in wait for him in the top of mountains, and they along that way by them. Okay, and Abimelech got to know. Now, this is verse 26. And Gaal, the son of Ebed, came with his brethren and went over to Shechem, and the men of Shechem put their confidence in him. And they went out in the fields, and they gathered the vineyards, and trod the grapes, and made merry, and went into the house of their God, and did eat and drink. So, story girl, hi, happy, and went into the house of their God, and did eat and drink, and cursed Abimelech. And this is Gaal, the son of Abed, saying, who is Abimelech, and who is Shechem, that we should serve him? Is he not the son of Jerubbaal, and Zebul his officer? Serve the men of Ammah, the father of Shechem, for why should we serve him? And would to God these people were under my hand, then would I remove Abimelech. And he said to Abimelech, increase thine army and come out. Okay, I also have another story. I'll tell you about it though later on another stream. And then when Zebul, the ruler of the city, heard the words of God, the son of Ebed, his anger was kindled, and he sent messengers to Abimelech privately, saying, behold, God, the son of Ebed, and his brethren become to Shechem, and behold, they fortify the city against you. Now therefore up by night, that the people that is with him, and lay in wait the field. Okay, so that morning when the sun was just coming out, they rose early and they set upon the city. And behold, when he and the people that were with him came out against him, that they may find him and harm him, and Abimelech rose up, and all the people that were with him by night, and they laid wait. Bye, happy, and laid against Shechem in 4 companies. And Gaal, the son of Ebed, went out and stood in the entering gate of the city, and Abimelech rose up, and the people were with him from lying in wait. And when Gaal saw the people, he said to Zebul, behold, there come people down from the top of the mountains. Right now, I'll go and I'll just continue. They came in, they attacked him, and Abimelech and the company that were with him, they rushed forward and stood in the entrance of the gates of the city, and the 2 other companions ran up on the people that were on the fields and slew them. Happy said she doesn't understand. Why didn't I say that? This is a story. I really didn't know you didn't understand. It's a Bible story, and it's from Judges. It's after Gideon had died, and he I think he was a good judge at that time. No, he really truly was a good judge. So he after Gideon had died, he had, I think, 72 or 71 sons, and he had this son who was of a maid servant. Okay, I don't know the right words. Who are they called? Those ladies who are just I found from the streets. I don't know. I'm not sure about the right names, but I want to use the word maid servant. But I'll go and confirm. And when he had died, this son went to his mother's side. What is it called? The mother's side, the people from the mother's side, and he convinced them that they could convince them to be his supporters. Okay, so he made them choose. He gave them this idea that if they had him as king, then they wouldn't need other sons. And when these people truly supported him, they gave him, I think, a few couples of boys, so he used to walk around with boys. And then when he had the boys, he went and found his brothers and he slew them. He killed all of them. all of his brothers, that is. But then there was one who had hidden. He was the last born, and he was called the Jotham. So Jotham managed to escape, and he wasn't killed. When now Jotham got when after that they went and they made him king, or they anointed him. I think maybe to be a judge, because at that time they didn't have judges. Jotham got to know, right? And he was told, you know what? They've anointed your brother, and your brother has killed the rest of your brothers. And he felt anger and pain. So he went and he stood at the top of the mountain, and how can I say it? He gave a parable or a story that could just present his anger and pain and his reasoning. And he was like, you guys know my dad was your judge, all right? And he was a good judge at that. But then you guys went ahead and chose the successor of my father to be someone who actually killed his sons. You guys went and you chose the lowest of my father's sons, okay, to go and replace or be my father's successor. You guys know in your heart, hi precious buddy, you guys know in your heart, if what you have done, it's a Bible story, guys, if what you have done is sincere, true, and well deserved, and if it is not well deserved, you will see the results. In short, what will come out will be from what you have presented. They say you plant, you saw what you have planted. So that was it. So he gave them a story, and it was a story of, I think, a tree or something. And it was like, there was once a time when the trees wanted to choose a king for the forest, like someone at another tree to lead them. And they started by going to the olive tree, and they'll be like, the olive tree, hi, can you be our king? But the olive tree checked its tree, and it found it was more valuable, and it would be like, should I leave my fatness just to be king over these trees? And then it said no. So they went to the fig tree, and the fig tree was, I am honored by both men and God. Should I choose I I should I choose leave my sweetness, forsake everything about me just to be promoted over the trees? So the fig tree was like, no. And then they went to the vine, and they were like, vine, be king over us. And the vine was like, should I leave my wine, which is being shared by both God and man, just go and be promoted over the trees? So the fig tree was like, no. So considering that all the other trees didn't want, those ones that were more glorious, they went to the bramble. And with the bramble, just this thick tree. Then they went and they told the bramble, we want you to be king. Then the bramble was like, if this is truly what you hunt in your heart, then okay, I'll be your king. In my reign, or in me being as a king, come, glory in my shoulder, if your heart in my shadow, if your heart is sincere. But if you guys, if you have other in your heart, you're not truly supporting me, then be burnt by the sun, let it scorch you. So this was Jotham speaking, and he was like, if what you guys have done by choosing someone who is not good just because he is from your side, or you have seen this person and you still chose him, if your heart is good and sincere, okay, your heart will judge you itself. This ain't going to be on me. Again, remember, so this was Jotham speaking. And after he had said this, he went and ran. Now, Abimelech, see, I've already told you he had already been chosen as king. So he stayed, I think, for 3 years. 3 years as king, and in those 3 years of him being king, war started. Okay. And he went out, there was fight, there was what, okay? Now, I'll continue with where we were. So, some people came in and they were like, this is Abimelech, we truly don't support him, blank, and all that. And they started, those two small speaking and rumors started from inside. Now, when he came, again, a fight broke up. Someone else had, and a fight broke up. And in that fight, his head, let me read it to you. It is from verse 50. Then went Abimelech to the bears and encamped against the bears and took it. But there was a strong tower within the city, And thither fled all the men and women, and all they of them of the city, and got them up to the top of the tower. And Abimelech came unto the tower, and fought against it, and went hard unto the door of the tower to burn it with fire. And a certain woman cast a piece of a milestone upon Abimelech's head, and all to break his skull. Then he called hastily unto the young men, his armor bearer, and said unto them, Draw thy sword and slay me. All right. I want to present you with a question and answer sticker. Okay, guys? And it will be not, it's written something else. I just want to ask, it's written Abimelech, son of Gideon. Do you know it? Okay, guys. Yeah, that's it. Done. And yeah, I've just put it there for you guys. I hope you guys and all that. Now, and when the men of Israel saw that Abimelech was dead, they departed every man unto his place. Now, remember, so you remember when Jotham was saying all that he was saying? Verse 56 says, God rendered the wickedness of Abimelech, which he did unto his father, in slaying his 70 brethren. Okay? And all the evil of the men of Shechem did God render upon their heads, and upon them came the curse of Jotham, the son of Jerubbaal. So his evil deeds came back to him, and that which the Jotham had actually said, it did find them, because at that time he was like, you guys have done this to have done this to Gideon's legacy, let it be unto you. So I think I'm done with the live, guys. I did want to give you another story, but I'm not sure if I should give it to you. It's another one, and I don't know if I can remember. Not if I can remember, but it's not this one that I'm seeing. It was a different one, and it's a very beautiful story. Okay. Now I two stories, okay? It's I am sure it's not this one, so I'm just checking, right? I don't know why I can't see it. I don't know why I can't see it. I can't find the story that I'm looking for. I don't know why. Okay, because I have not found it, I'll tell you of another story that is very, very known. Also, I know I have not been able to find it. Who This is the story that I've already just told you guys. There was this story of this king who got sick, and when he got sick, he used to have a good relationship with God, and then when he got sick, when he got sick, he went ahead and be told this is the story that I'm looking for and I've not been able to find. So I'll just leave it, and I hope in the comment section you'll give it to me, because I really want to end the live now. So the thing was, this king had a good relationship with God. Then one time, I don't know what he did wrong, and God told him what he had done was wrong, and he got angry with God. I can't remember. Also, he stopped praying to God, and when he had stopped, how comes I can't remember that name? He sent his servant to go and inquire if he was going to live or if he was going to die. He had gone to ask. He met, was it Elijah or Elisha? I really don't need to look for the story and read it. And when he found, he was to go and consult from those idols if this king was gonna live or not. And when he had gone to consult, he met. Okay, from the other end now, God woke this prophet and was like, go and meet the maid servant and tell him, ask him, is God dead or does he have no God? Is it that you have no God that you have decided to go and consult from those idols? Now he went and he met him and he told that, and he was like, go and tell him he will die. God is saying that he will die. And when he went back, he didn't finish the journey. He just went back and told his king, I met a man of God who told me you will die, you're not going to live. So again, another reason to remind you, when we make mistakes, we usually decide to separate ourselves from God. God never separates himself from us, because this guy had sent his maid servant to go and consult from the idols or from the other side, which wasn't God's side, and God still sent a message. To end this live stream, guys, and there are so many Bible stories. I know you guys know them, and you can just leave comments, and like, the reason why you're leaving your comment, leave that comment and say that Bible story you'd want me to cover. Trust me, I would want to tell you that story with my team, not literally from my point of understanding or how I took it, and then you guys are free to be like, no, you got this part wrong. And honestly, I'll be honest with you guys, it's a very good when I'm being told these Bible stories, and they're like, there's that part in the Bible, especially the one for Gideon's son Abimelech story, the full version of it from now Jotham's view and all that, just gives you a sense of knowing that loyalty is important and making the right decisions. It is also important. Also, fear can drive you into making wrong decisions, thinking they are yours, pride, and you can also be manipulated into making wrong decisions. So you need to be always right. Leave a comment about the story you would want us to cover next. You are free to. You can also just drag back and see if you can listen to it, because I want to end the stream. And also, this is really something else. I really hope you write down the Bible story you'd want to find out or me to read for you next. We'll just tell you next how I read it or which one, where to look for it. Well, remember, when we meet here next time, I'll be having a different story to tell you guys. Something different, something just beautiful for you. Bye. Remember to leave your comments. Bye, guys.